Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us again. Apologies for the late start, but we're here. It's Friday morning, and we're going to have an awesome time here, man. It's been a good day. We started out bright and early, and so we know it's winter, but you know, Johannesburg's got this lovely weather.
Come on.
It's warm during the day, and at night it's just a little nippy, and in the morning it's just a little nippy. But the weather is fantastic, man. There's not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
And we thank God from up above for this beautiful weather. Jay, what's up?
What's happening? Top of the morning to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, Unc, we just want to say apologies for the late start. I think we're a little bit hung over.
We hung over.
We hung over.
That's a fact.
We hung over, and we need to mention it.
We need to mention it. Look, Jay, when you're not playing at your best,
Come on.
but you beat someone that
Is at their peak.
they at their peak, they can't be better than what they are right now. You know what I'm saying? And then you still beat them. It just shows you how weak that opposition is, man.
It just shows
It
that.
just shows you, man.
Come on, you'll never walk alone. Friday
never
feels,
walk alone.
Friday mood.
Yeah.
This is going to be an absolutely amazing show.
There's gonna be an amazing show. I just want to say from outside, from the inside show, and from our program here this morning, it's In Your Fields with the Unc, from myself and Jay and all the staff. We want to say Eid Maburak for all our Muslim listeners and our friends and families. Man, have a blessed day and keep it safe, man. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Yeah. So we've got an exceptional guest in the studio. Normally behind the scenes, but now he's in front of the camera and he's gonna spit some. No, he's not gonna spit some lyrics because he's not a rapper. Jay, he's not a rapper. So he's with us this morning. We've got none other than Jesse Hendricks with us this morning. We're gonna talk about the harsh realities of sport and the things that they don't tell you. And so you can learn a lot from this show. I would love you to please subscribe, press that subscribe button, and also share this link with your friends and family so that they can listen up, and especially those youngsters that want to aspire to be great sportsmen and so forth. There's few hurdles that you need to overcome and so forth. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us once more, man. Jay, I think what warm-up are we about to do, Jay?
I'm trying to figure this out myself, because not only is he a footballer, he's a comedian as well.
He's a comedian.
Wow. He's a comedian as well. So I don't know, how do you amalgamate the two and come up with a warm-up?
What warm-ups does comedians do, Jay? What? Huh?
Let's introduce the guest again.
Let's introduce the guest.
And then
this is Jesse Hendricks. Jess, how you been, man?
Nah, all good, all good. Famous words of DJ Khalid and Jay Paris. Wagwan, Bambakla.
Come on. Wagwan, pull up the Bambakla.
Pull up the Bambakla. Good morning to all the viewers out there. No, excited to be on your show today with the Unc and my actual Unc.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So you know what? There's a few. So Jesse is should we say ex-footballer Jeffrey? I call him Jeffrey. Yeah.
Hey, it's Senor, if you're watching, you started this nonsense. It's all your fault. But I'll say basically ex-footballer.
Yeah.
I don't really play much. It's just social and now and then coaching on the side as well.
Yeah, so he's aspiring to in the coaching arena as well, and then he's also got his own coaching company that he's running. And so we will get into all that, and we'll tell you all about it. We're gonna take a journey with Jesse and tell you all about football and so forth. But the person himself, I just wanna know, who is Jesse?
Yo, who am I? I am a young brown man from was born in Klipspruit, moved out of Klipspruit.
Are you left-footed?
Right-footed.
You right-footed,
yes.
Yeah, because you know what?
Right-footed.
All the Klipspruit footballers are left-footed.
Yeah, no.
For some reason.
I think I missed that. One. Yeah, I missed that phase in life. So yeah, from Klipspruit, moved over to Suideroord. Yes, yeah. you know Suideroord. Just next opposite Winchester. Yeah. So from there, grew up, loved football all my life.
Yes, sir.
Grew up I loved football. Knew I always wanted to play football. Even when I pray, my prayer was always directed towards football.
Yeah.
Lord, please can I play professional football? That was literally my prayers every day.
Wow.
I didn't still worry of my family. Didn't pray for them. No, they can pray for themselves and sort themselves out.
Strictly football.
I was strictly football.
Come on.
I wanted to make things happen. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, my father always says I was a go-getter when I was young because I enrolled myself into creche.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a creche not too far from where we stay. I asked the helper, look here, I want to go up there. I see there's kids there. I want to go up there. And then when my parents came home from work, they just saw I wasn't at home, and I ended up.
What was nice about that creche?
Huh?
They had a jungle gym. And back then jungle gyms were everything.
It was a thing.
It was a thing.
It was a thing. So you registered yourself.
I registered myself in the creche. Yeah.
Wow, man. How many parents would love children like that, man? Yeah.
Ambition.
Yeah, so basically.
Ambitious. So you grew up in Klipspruit, and then obviously you moved
to Mondio.
You moved to
Sederoord.
Okay. Moved to Sederoord, and there you've been spending most of your time.
Yeah.
And now, Jess?
Now I am married to my lovely wife, Kaylin, if you are watching.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I have a young man, Saint Gray Hendricks.
Aye, Saint.
And he too is into football. I just showed Jay a video in the week where he was actually kicking the ball and stuff. It looks like he's a left footer.
Looks like he's a left footer.
It looks like he's a left footer.
Can you see that Klipspruit thing coming over, man?
Skip your generation and into
over.
his. So
Wow.
yeah, it looks like he's a left footer now.
Exceptional.
So yeah, and I stay in four ways now.
So you live, okay, so you all the way in the north.
All the way in the north.
All the way in the north. And so, look, we're going to discuss, this is real life stories, and that's what we love to bring to you. And it's also practical things that we're going to mention here. And how this all culminates into you building your life for whatever career you want to pursue. But there are obstacles in the way, and there's also good times, there's bad times, and so we're going to discuss all that. So Jess, your footballing career, where did that start?
I would say, in a way, it was born in me as well, because when I spoke to my mother, she said she played football as well.
Yeah, she did.
She did. He's into football.
Look, your mom was the highest... if I could call it tapper in the family, right?
Yes.
So we are large families, children, you know what I'm saying. But she used to tap, but she could tap the most out of all my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and she was a footballer.
And that's where I learned to tap actually from her.
Right.
Because in the house I'll always have a ball in the house and I'll break her stuff in the house. But that's the one thing I appreciated on my parents. They never shouted me for playing football in the house.
Okay.
Because there was even a time when we were building where we redid the kitchen. And we literally put dustbin this side, dustbin that side, and myself and my father would burst each other in the kitchen. So it was something that they saw I was very passionate about, and they were pushing me in that direction all the time.
Okay, also your granddad used to play football.
Yes.
Papa used to play football. So that's your father's dad.
Yes.
So he used to play football. Your dad played some football as well. And then on the other side, your mother's side, also
all
football.
of them basically.
Okay, so football is in your
They
genes.
say in our family you become two things, a pastor or a footballer.
All right.
So, it's a true story. If you
Come
look at
on.
the uncle is a pastor. You look at Jose footballer. It's like that. And then I think it was just in me. I always wanted to do it. And then the first thing I'll say is you have to be a go-getter, basically, like I said in the start.
Right.
Because I actually went out and looked for teams.
Okay.
I know, bro. I was just about to bring that up. I know you enrolled yourself even into academies and so forth on. So just that ambition, bro, like you're saying, to be a go-getter, bro. Yeah. Well, how was that birth, bro? And and how can I say, what did it mean to you to actually go out there and make it happen for yourself?
I think, with me, I look at my father as well. I saw things that he's accomplished and all that stuff. And that I took that also into my basically footballing life. Yeah.
Right.
To say, okay, whatever I do, I need to try and pursue and get things going myself, because I can't sit and wait around.
Yes.
Because my parents, they were very much involved in the church that time as well. So even when it came to football matches and stuff, I had to make a plan. Uncle Dion that used to work at security, he dropped me off at the games and stuff because they were so focused on the church as well.
Yes.
So also they have their own things they focused on. And
it was also building phase for them.
Building phase for them. So I can't now expect them also to still look for a team for me and then still worry about this and that. Whereas I can do that things myself. I can go get it myself. So I started looking at teams, started off at Mondio Meteors. That was my first team.
Okay, that's your first team. I was going to ask that, Mondio Meteors.
That was my first team ever.
Under?
That was under, I think like under 8 maybe.
Under 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like probably under 8 there. And then from Mondio Meteors, I was there for long. That's where I met most of my friends that was in Mondio I, that stay in Mondio. That's where I met a lot of them, keep into contact with some of them still. From there, jumped over to Robertsham Kelly's United.
Okay, Robertsham Kelly. So Robertsham is a community not far from Mondio.
Yes.
All these communities are in the south of Johannesburg, in Gauteng, South Africa.
Played for my rivals, bro.
Yeah,
you
were Sporting Lisbon. We hated each other.
Hey,
when it came to game day.
Hey, bro.
Game face. So, Sporting and Robertsham had a rivalry. We hated each other. I was there for, maybe about 4 years as well.
Okay.
Played there. That was probably under 13 when I got to Robertsham Callies. Yeah.
Right.
Probably about under 13, under 14, round about there. And then went through Robertsham till about under 16. Round about there. Under 16, right. Yeah. So I was there for a while and met very nice people there as well. Learned a lot as well. Had a coach there, Coach Gavin. Nikki that works here, it's actually her uncle.
Okay.
So till today, whenever she sees me, she says, Coach Gavin always asks, how are you doing? Because
so he was your coach?
He was my coach, yeah. So
instilled some values. What are some of the values that he instilled when we talk football terms?
So I think when he came to him, he gave me a lot of confidence. Because when I was at Mondio Meteors, I wasn't really a starting player. But when I came to Robertsham under Coach Gavin, he would always start me every game. I know I'm in the starting lineup. And he'll just build that confidence in me to say, okay, you can do it. When I have an off day, he'll call me one side. He'll say, no, just do the simple things. Do this, do that, like that. And he really built that. And
how important is that for a young footballer? Because you must know, sometimes you're not being seen by the coach and you're just sitting on the bench. I mean, I'm not talking about as a professional player. I'm talking about as this youngster, under 10, under 12. You know what I'm saying? How difficult is it to navigate through those circumstances?
I'd say it's extremely difficult. Because as a youngster, you're also asking yourself, why am I not playing? I want to play. Am I not good enough? You start asking yourself these type of questions as a youngster. And that's something that I went through as well, because I'll never forget also. There was times, even when I was at Mondio Meteors, there was times when I'd come home depressed. And in my head, it's like, the one thing that's supposed to make you happy is now also depressing.
Yes.
It's like, what am I doing wrong? Because in all honesty, I trained a lot. Whenever I got opportunity, in matric, on my banquet day, I was playing football in the street. I literally came 5 minutes before we had to leave for the banquet. And then I showered. Everyone was already waiting for me at the house. I'm sure you were there because you done the videos, I think it was. Everyone was waiting already at the house. I came. I just heard, Jesse! My mother calling over the fence there. I had to run home, shower, change quick, and then go off to the banquet. But that's how much I love football.
Wow.
But back to your question, I'll say it's really difficult as a youngster being on the bench and going through that, because you're asking yourself, why am I not good enough? I train so hard every day. It's something I want to achieve but yet why is this coach not seeing it? Why is he not seeing that I'm trying to put effort in? And I was the type of player, whenever coach tells me to do something, I never question, I just do. You can basically say the teacher's pet.
Right, right.
But yeah, whatever he says, I'll do whatever it is. I won't try and keep myself macho, nah, but he's talking nonsense. Because a lot of the youngsters today do that.
Yeah.
They think they know better than the coach, whereas the coach has more experience in the game than what the youngster does. So
Right.
yeah, that was basically it. And then when I came to Robertsham, that's now when everything changed. When Coach Gavin now installed that into me and said, okay, look here, I need you to do this, that. In training, we'll work on stuff. And there was even times when he'll just work on me alone.
Okay, so the interest,
The
the interest of the
interest,
of the coach. I think also maybe in your structures, what's important for teams, don't be discouraged when you in the B team or
Yes.
even the C team.
Yeah.
You know why? Because at least there you're getting game time.
That's the
You are
thing.
getting
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then you building your confidence.
100%.
And then when it's the right time, you'll move over to
Yeah.
the first team. So enjoy yourself where you are. You know what I'm saying? And don't feel now neglected. You're not in the first team.
Yes.
Sometimes the B teams are better than the A teams.
That's true. Every team I went to, I've started off in the B team and worked myself over into
to the A team. Okay.
Every team I've been to, it's never a thing of I just come there and they put me in the A team.
Right.
Because I'm the type of player, I'm not like everyone else that has the skill and everything. I'm more of a relaxed type of player.
Tactical
Tactical.
and
Basic.
technical
That's
ability.
it.
That's
And if
it.
you're a coach, I can't see that, you won't appreciate me.
Right.
I say it straight up. Because a lot of the players look at, yeah, this one he beat, this one he... No. I see, yo. The vision, Baba. The vision.
The vision.
You're world class at doing the basics.
That's it.
Come on.
So we're gonna continue with this journey. There's a lot to talk about, but before we get there, we're gonna play some games there, Jay. What do we have? What do you have for us, Jay? What do you have for us?
So yeah, we got 2 games, and I'm gonna let the young choose. We
Yeah.
got Charade on My Parade and Game Rigged.
Okay, let's do charade on my parade first. And then we'll do game rigged second.
Okay, so
How does this work,
Yeah,
Jay?
so with Charade on My Parade, there's pieces of paper in this box, as you can see, and the pieces of paper, what's written on these pieces of paper are football terms, just
Right.
football stuff,
Okay.
basically.
Right.
And we basically have to act it out. So obviously, if it's a football, ka.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't see my legs now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then obviously the person that figures it out first must say their name, and then they obviously
the
say
point.
what it is, and then they get the point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So who's gonna go first? I'll guess.
Yeah,
You'll do the acting,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
we have to guess.
Jeffrey will
Yeah.
go first.
Yeah. Here we go.
Let's see. Okay. When does my time start?
No time.
No time. Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Coach, JC, coach.
100%.
Yes. Name and Jamin.
Yo, I literally just done this and you got it.
Jay
I
was on
was-
fire
I
now.
was thinking of Jürgen Klopp. My bad.
Yo, this one is difficult. Hoor. Okay. I'll say
2 words.
Okay.
Okay.
Now. Oh, so it's 2 words. Okay.
Kaiser Chiefs. Cross.
Two
cross the
halves.
ball.
2 halves. First half and second half. JC. 2 halves. Second half.
Oh,
got it. You got it.
Joe.
got it.
Jay's on fire today.
Jay.
He has to beat the Unk today. It's been,
Yo. It's been long,
it's
bro.
been a while.
Hey, let's hope I can.
It's so long as it took you. It's taking you so long. Like it's taken man since they've won a trophy last.
Yo, listen. That's
Yeah.
a deep
That's
one.
deep ones.
Like this. This one is super easy.
Right?
Just get ready to say your guy's name.
Okay.
Leicester ball. Out
Jesse,
ball.
throw in.
I said out ball.
Throw in.
Or throw in.
Yes, man.
Yesterday. I'm. You can hear I'm of the old school, man.
Yeah.
We say out ball. We
ball.
don't say throw in. We don't say throw in, my bro.
Yo.
My bro, that's a throw in. It's a out
It's
ball.
out ball. Hey, okay. Yo, this one.
Extra time. Leicester extra time.
Half time.
Yes.
Yes. Sim. Nee, my bro. Give it.
Half time. Well done, Jay.
Come on.
Jay.
Hey, when Liverpool does bad, I do bad.
When they
But
do
when they
good,
do good,
Okay.
Jesse, push up.
push up. Yo.
Offensive
What
attack.
the hell? Diagonal.
Go.
What?
Not behind you, in front.
Counter attack. Attack.
Not in front.
Attack.
Forward.
Forward. There we go.
Forward.
Yes, Jesse, forward.
Just dying.
Two, Baba, two. How many you sitting on, Jay?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Hey, let's make it a Liverpool score.
Chuk, 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 chuk.
I know what this is, but
How do you explain?
how the heck do I explain this? Okay. And it's not VR.
Goalpost.
Goalpost. Yes, steady. I wanted to slap him. So. Yes, man. Leicester goalpost.
Oh,
He didn't say Jesse.
get the point. You get the point.
Hey,
Come on.
start him on the technicality.
VAR.
VAR.
Let's start the VAR.
VAR.
Done with it.
Are we done?
2 rounds, ne? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Jay,
Come on.
Well
Hold on,
done,
man.
well done.
Come on.
3, 2, 1.
Come on. Come on.
Sorry. Generally. Okay. Listen. So Jess, what we're gonna discuss basically, and what we want to get into is your journey now from. So you finished at Robert Kelly's.
Yes.
As you said, you wrote yourself into crèche. You know, you wrote yourself into an academy.
Mm-hmm.
How did this all come about, and what was your first journey that you took?
Okay, so the first journey that I took, I think, was probably in grade 9.
That's okay, right?
Yeah, how old are you in grade 9?
About 14,
About 14, yeah.
Mhm.
When I enrolled myself into the Arsenal Football Academy.
right?
So I always used to keep up to date with Arsenal because I used to love Terry Henry a lot. So I always
Okay.
wanted to go to Arsenal.
Okay.
'Cause just for him. So I enrolled myself into the Arsenal Football Academy because I always saw they had trials on their website back then. I don't think they do
Okay.
it anymore. But
Okay.
they used to have trials where you could apply and then you get accepted or declined and then you can actually come for the trial.
Okay.
I applied, I got accepted for the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Came to my father, said, look here, got accepted for the trial, but unfortunately at the time he said, school. I
Right.
need to focus on school, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the first time I got, I went basically over the waters
Okay.
to apply over the waters for
Yeah.
a team because everything was just here local.
Okay.
Then I kept up to date, kept looking for other teams.
So you
and
couldn't go
trials.
to Arsenal?
I couldn't go to Arsenal
Okay. Cool.
because of
right.
school.
Right.
Then my father eventually got the opportunity to go when the World Cup was in Brazil.
Right. That's 20. What was I?
2014.
2014
was.
2014, yes. 2014. Then he was privileged to be on the FIFA World Cup board for the religious sector, basically.
Okay. Right.
So he went down to Brazil, and then they had like a meeting down there for the World Cup and everything, and then he met a few people,
Right.
and then he spoke about me, and then he got contact.
Right.
So when he came back, he said, look here, I spoke to someone, they said, you can come down here for a trial, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then that was probably when I was in grade 11.
Okay.
Then he said, but we'll do this after, after school now. So matriculated, got everything. Well, in matric, I had the privilege of actually going down to first see the place. So we flew down to Brazil.
To Brazil.
To go actually look at the academy there.
Where? Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo, just outside Sao Paulo. About
Okay.
a 2-hour drive outside Sao Paulo.
Okay.
The town is called Águas de Lindói.
Come on now.
Okay. Wait, yeah.
No, brother.
Yeah. Okay.
Águas de
Right.
Lindói.
Right. Right.
Africa del Sur.
Africa del Sur. Yo, they used to love
Yeah.
that one. Africa del Sur. And then
So you went the first time down.
the first time
just to
down,
check it
just
out.
to check it out, yeah.
Mm.
Spent maybe, I think it was about a week and a half there.
Right.
Had a look at the facilities, everything.
So did you go down alone?
I went down with my father.
So you went down with your dad. So
Yes.
there's an interesting story, just because this is real life issues, right? Just explain to us about that trip and how did you get to the place? Just in short.
Okay. So when we landed, my father said no.
So
no
where
one
do you
needs to-
land?
We
Where do you
land
land?
in Sao Paulo.
In Sao Paulo.
In Sao Paulo.
From South Africa.
From South Africa.
Okay.
Sao
Okay.
Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
So we land in Sao Paulo, and then my father said no one needs to pick us up at the airport. We'll find our own way there, because he's the type of person, if we get to a place, he likes to see the
Yes.
stuff, and
Okay.
he likes to experience it himself.
Right.
So he says, okay, no, we'll rent a vehicle when we get there, and we'll drive down to the academy.
Right.
Okay, no stress. I trust my father. He's well traveled.
Mm.
Okay, we get there, get our vehicle, get a Garmin, get all that stuff, a navigator, get into the car. Hey, we put in the address. that they gave us now
Yeah.
for the academy. Yo, I tell you, that day we drove maybe about 10 hours, 11 hours.
So you drove to basically to PE
To basically.
Sure.
in a foreign
In
country.
a foreign country. We were lost. I tell you, we landed the morning. We got there the evening.
Yo.
To the
we,
place.
we got there. The academy was even closed when we got there.
So tell me now, you following the Garmin? Was that in English?
The Garmin was in English. They set it up for us at the I don't want to say the name of the company.
Yeah.
But they set it up for us there. And the Portuguese guy, obviously, he set it up and everything. But when we got back, but the interesting thing is, my father got so irritated, man. When I tell you, we drove that car, the bumper came off, the wheels were finished. He literally drove that car finished. There was a point. It was like in a Fast and Furious movie, man. Because you must know,
Sure.
Brazil is a lot of ups and
Yes,
downs, because
yes.
it's favelas and mountains and stuff like that. So we literally went, I'll never forget it, we went up like this. And when he came down, it's like, we hit like basically with the bumper. He didn't land on the wheels or anything, like basically bump. It's like,
my
cuckoo.
word.
I'm like,
So stuff we see on movies, you all actually-
We actually went through there. We went through there. And then the reason for us being lost so long is because when my father now, how God worked that day was.
Come on now.
Hey, sorry, I had to
Him,
say how God
him.
worked
See, it's
that
either
day.
football or preacher. Now
Yeah,
the
man.
preacher is
Yeah,
Now the
yeah,
kicking in.
preacher's
yeah.
kicking in. But how God worked that day is, there was a guy at maybe about 11 in the evening. He was putting mail into one of the mail boxes that they have there, because they have like a red mail box thing that everyone puts their mail in.
By this time, you were totally lost.
We were lost.
You don't know where you are.
I'm sure we were basically like 40 minutes away from where we were supposed to be. So this guy is putting mail in. My father says, nah, I can't take this anymore. I need to ask someone now. Because we did try asking people, but no one speaks English. It's difficult to say.
Right.
My father says, okay, here's someone putting mail in. 11 o'clock. Who puts mail in at 11? He stops him. He says, hey, look here. We're trying to get here, whatnot. The guy says, okay, follow me. I'll take you there.
Yeah.
He literally got in his
But
car.
now it's still a step of faith.
It's
'cause,
still a
ish,
step of
Hey,
faith,
you must
because we
also don't know,
now,
hey,
hey,
that's man.
maybe he's going to sell us to the drug lord, and then it's game over. Hey, Carl and Jesse is no longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, he says, okay, follow us. My father says, okay, this guy says we must follow him. Let's must see what comes out of it. Takes us to the entrance of the academy.
Wow.
Woods drives back home. He literally put his mail in. His house was literally just on top. But he drove 40 minutes to actually take us to the place.
Yes.
Come on now.
And then he came back home.
Wow.
So yeah.
So Jess, now the academy. Explain about the academy.
Okay, so the academy I was at is called Brasilis FC. It's
Okay.
owned by Jose Oscar Bernardi. He's actually a World Cup holder.
Okay.
So he played for the Brazilian team.
You won a World Cup
He
medal.
won a World Cup,
Right.
yes. So he played for the Brazilian team back then. When I tell you Brazil is one of the toughest places to play football in, it's not a lie.
Yo.
Brazil is difficult. There was times when I felt down because it's like, yo, I know I can play, but these gents can play much better than what
Right.
I can play.
Right.
And I'll never forget, I had a friend there. And the first time I came down, that was now matric. Remember, I said that's matric when
Yeah.
I came down.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I came down, I played a bit with them. I did struggle a lot. After matric, I went back. I flew down alone now this time.
Right.
I flew down alone this time and actually had someone pick us up this time.
Yeah, it's better. Look, we understand. We understand the experiences. So I've been there now. Let me get to the academy.
Yes. So Brazili's FC, we play. I was there for 3 months at Brazili's FC. Toughest 3 months of my life. I won't lie to you, because firstly, no one speaks English.
First and
foremost, no one speaks English. Secondly,
so it's predominantly Portuguese.
Portuguese.
Okay.
Yes.
Not so much Spanish.
No,
Portuguese.
Okay. Yes. In some areas of Brazil they speak Spanish, but in this area it's just Portuguese.
Okay.
So yeah, struggle for that 3 months that I was there. I had a friend when I came down, and he called me one day, and he said, "Look here, what I do love about you is the first time you came here, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We thought, what nonsense is this?"
Sure.
And then he's the only one that could speak English, basically. Right. And he told me this. All the players were saying this nonsense and whatnot. But when you came back, in the first few weeks, you were struggling. But now that you're here, we actually can see that you are able to play football. Right. And he called me and he said, "You actually inspire me." So I said, "How you?" Because he was the best player in the team. Sao Paulo actually wanted to sign him at the time.
Wow.
So he was the best player in the team. And he explained to me that he lost his mother while his mother was giving birth to him.
Sure.
And for me to say, "But I inspire you, but
you're
going through all this, how is it possible?" So he says, "No, just to see your perseverance, that you wake up every morning, you pushing, you trying your best to get into the A team with these boys." Because when I was there was times when I was sitting on bench, not even the 2 minutes, I sat 90 minutes on the bench. And then he basically, and then it got to a point where the coaches actually started seeing that, this boy actually has something. And then started trusting me. But when I was there, they put me as a right back. I was playing right back when I was there.
Sure.
How did you draw strength from those moments, bro? What motivated you? You're in a different country. You're not speaking their language.
Yeah.
The guys are...
Not only that, Jay. You're talking about the best talent in the world in terms of football. You in that country.
For me, basically just trying to... I was telling Leandra it was very difficult because you're a man of faith, you're praying every day, you're reading your Bible now because that's basically all you can do now.
Yes.
Right. And I tell you, I was up to date with the world because the only thing in English was CNN. so that's the only thing I could watch was CNN.
Yeah.
So I knew everything that's happening in the world. So I was telling you, and I got to a point where it got very difficult because I started questioning God and asking him, "But I'm trying so hard. Why is things not working out for me now?" And it actually got to a point where we had 2 Russian friends that were there. And they went to the convenience store the one day to go get us a few cool drinks. And when they came...
Okay, the convenience store.
The convenience store, yeah. That's what they call it.
So what was
they
that
went
for us?
They went to the buy.
To the spaza shop.
They went to the spaza shop.
Okay.
They went to the spaza shop and then they met someone at that place that speaks English.
Okay.
And this guy actually said, "Look, I want to invite you to a party tomorrow, Friday night. Do you want to come?"
Yeah.
They said, "Yes, what not?" They came back to my room and they said, "Look here, this guy invited us to a party. Let's go." This time I'm down and out. I'm like, God's not doing anything for me. Might as well go to the party.
Come on now.
Might as well go skip now. God is not doing nothing, so it's fine.
Right.
Okay, so this guy actually comes to the academy, picks us up the Friday afternoon. We go now to the house. He says it's a house party. Get to the house. Hey, now it's just us. We're sitting and waiting. Yeah, a few people now start coming in and everything. Yeah, he says, "Okay, let's start." We start holding hands. He starts praying.
You?
At a party.
What party is this where we are praying now? I ask him,
God,
what's
forgive
happening?
us for...
He says, "No, we actually have, this is actually our youth. We're having youth now."
Oh.
God, you slut me. I said,
And he slut you there, bro.
He slut me. And that day actually helped me a lot because that's now basically when I realized, hey, you can't run away from this
Hey,
man.
man.
You can't run away from him. And
You
that
wake your
day,
bed up in
you
hell,
wake
is
up-
there.
Yay, my bro.
And they played Oceans that day, and at that,
Yeah,
and they started praying and stuff, and I started crying that day. I'm like,
Sure.
you're right. You called me back.
Come on.
Because you prodigal son, because so
The ugly cry.
the ugly cry. So yeah, when I actually got back to the academy, that's when things now switched again for me to say,
Wow.
okay, this is what I'm here for. Let's focus. Let's do this. And I think that's when the coaches also started seeing it,
Sure.
because that's when they took out the coach. He didn't have to do it. He took out one day in every week just to work on my left foot.
Yes.
So he said, look here, I know you can pass with your right foot, but here in Brazil, we do everything with both
Yes,
feet.
and you come from Club
I
Spring.
come from Klipspruit.
So you have
so
to.
I have to.
The left
The
foot.
left foot must be there. So he says you're in Brazil, so you have to play like a Brazilian now.
Right.
And that's when things now changed for me. That's when I started pushing, doing extra training after everyone leaves. Free
Wow.
kicks, penalties, train with the left foot. And I'll say that's the best I've ever been at when it came to football. Your son, Ansley, he even said, when you came back from Brazil, it's like another level.
Another level.
That's,
Stepped up.
yeah, because at that time, he also couldn't use his left foot. And I think it was at Xavier's wedding that time when we were playing together, myself and Ansley. And I started kicking with my left foot, and he's like, hey, man, did I see right? What's going on now? And he started kicking with the left. And that's when he actually also started to kick
Adopted
with his
it.
left foot.
Yeah. Wow.
So-
Wow. So tell me, Jess, the whole setup there in terms of just take us through the professionalism and the academy itself and the level at what they are at
Okay.
and so forth. Just shortly.
Okay, so it's a very professional academy. It's owned by a World Cup winner, so he knows professionalism. So the academy where we stayed at was also a hotel that hosted a lot of teams. So
Okay.
Corinthians would come there, the Paralympic Brazilian team would come stay there. Leipzig was there also one
Okay.
time when I was staying there. Jean Book, first team in Korea, they stayed there.
Right.
So met lots of big players as well when I was there. Met Cafu, all of them.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's a very professional academy. When it comes to training, it's the first time ever in my life we had technical, tactical, and then gym.
Yo.
It's the first. I didn't know what is going
So
on.
so
now.
take me through one typical day.
Okay, a typical day. Our trainings last for 2 to about 3 hours a training.
So you sleep at the
We
premises.
sleep at the premises.
Right.
Yes. What
Okay.
made it so difficult for me was the places where all the boys slept was full, so I slept alone in a different place.
Okay.
So that was so
Dope.
difficult. I couldn't meet up with the boys and
Mm.
like communicate with them and try and learn them better. So
Right.
I was one-sided the whole time, which also
Okay.
was a bit difficult for me because I'm alone now.
So you wake up
I wake
with
up.
Bix.
No, I wake up. We go for breakfast.
Right.
So in Brazil, they love their breads.
Okay.
And pastries. So it will be
Okay.
like cheese puffs and like bread with like butter and stuff
So
like
carbs,
that. So
basically,
carbs,
yeah.
basically, yeah.
Okay.
You eat, wake up, eat. After that, go to training. Well, you have like a hour's break and then you go to training now.
Okay.
Get to training, you have to be 30 minutes there before training starts.
Okay.
If you're not there, you get punished. So
Right.
you have to be 30 minutes there before training starts. Get there 30 minutes before. All the boys have to sit. We all have to wear the same type of sandals. It was at Havianas, whatever. We have to line up our sandals on the side, put our boots on, and wait.
Okay.
About 10 minutes before training, then we have to start rondo.
Okay.
So if you don't know rondo, it's wanky.
It's
Yeah,
wanky.
It's
Yeah.
wanky, yeah.
Wanky.
So rondo, big circle, 3 in the middle, 1 touch only.
Okay.
So every day before training, you had to do that. That was
Okay.
the setup. Coach would come. Coach would basically explain what we're doing for the session that day. I didn't really understand, so I have to sit one side and first see
First
watch
yeah.
what the boys are doing.
Okay.
So the boys would do the drills and all that, then I'll fall in and do the drills. But one thing about Brazil is we never ran around the field. I don't know why we do that here.
You come to the gym. Okay, gents.
Gents.
Give me 2 laps
30
around.
laps.
Yo.
30 laps.
And I was
Like,
about
like you're training for a marathon.
Yo.
2 at the end.
But every pro team I've been at, we've never ran around the field.
Right.
Never ever. Everything you do is basically in your warm-ups.
Okay.
So that's how you're warming up. That's the reason for a warm-up.
Yeah.
Is for that.
So you'll do the training session?
Yes.
Which lasts
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 to 3 hours,
Okay.
depending on how the coaches feel.
Right. After the training session.
After the training session, you go for lunch.
Okay.
After lunch, you have an hour break.
Right.
Depends now what our schedule says. We'll go to the gym maybe after that now,
Yeah.
and we'll go start doing weights and everything for
Okay.
an hour.
Right.
After weights, we'll go to the field for an hour, 2 hours.
So
and
you don't
train
do your
again.
own thing at the weights. There's
No,
a program
There's a
for you.
program, yes.
Okay.
The coach sees what you need to work on, and if
Okay.
he says, okay,
Do
you
this.
do this. So I
Right.
used to do a lot of leg stuff because my legs are like this.
Yeah.
So they wanted to try and correct it to get it straight. So I had to do like a lot of squats, but with my legs straightened and stuff like that. So
Okay.
everything I done was basically for my legs.
Okay.
So, yeah, so from that gym, off onto the field now. So when you come to the field now, it's more of tactical type of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you do like drills in terms of crossing and headering. So not really a lot of running and all
Right.
that stuff.
Right.
So crossing, headering, all that type of things, yeah. And then after that, you now put your shoes on again, and then you go for your supper.
Okay.
After your supper, you just want to sleep.
The whole
You-
day.
then you
The
out.
whole
Yo,
day,
that
Then you
out,
out.
you out.
Tomorrow, same story.
Tomorrow, same story.
Sure.
They'll just mix it up now and then. And another thing is, when you get there, what you have to do is, you have to tap with a tennis ball actually.
Ah.
So
Ish.
yeah, so in every session before we start, so it's rondo, and then you start off with your tennis ball. Now you have to
Right.
tap with the tennis ball, left foot, right foot, tennis ball, tap, 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 tap. That was just to now get a feel of it and all that type of stuff. But every session we had to do that.
Beautiful. If you have any questions, those watching us, our viewers, if you have any questions or comments, just put it on the chat so that we can see your chats and so forth, and we'll refer to it later. Any questions for Jesse? Any comments that you want to make? You're more than welcome to do that. Before we're gonna go on with the next journey of his career, we're going to go to, what's that game called?
Game rigged.
Game rigged. This is an
Game
interesting
rigged.
one, Jay. This is a very interesting one. So this,
I think you go for it.
This is how it works. Say for instance, Jesse is now there. Jesse will be blindfolded.
Okay.
Right. So he's got a ball in his hand.
Yeah.
A paper ball.
Yep.
You'll see it on the board over there. So a paper ball, and he'll be blindfolded. We'll spin him around, right? And then we're going to be the two that will instruct him where we want the ball to go, right?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is, one of us is the coach.
Okay.
The other one has bought the game. So
You
he
the
rigged
coach,
the
I
game.
bought the game.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how it is. But he won't know who's the coach and who bought the game. No one will know that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when we give instructions, he must guess now who's the right one and who's the wrong
So
one.
I'm
Who am I
leading
going to
him.
listen
I'm
to?
leading him.
Yo, so I must see who I want to listen.
How
to.
the-
going, they can say who they think is the coach, so they can also get involved.
Okay, so
you
the
leading
audience,
him,
so the audience can get involved and say, I think the coach is this one. I think
Yeah.
Okay.
the rigger.
So Unc,
We
you
call him
leading
the
him there, right? And I'm leading him astray.
Yes, that's if you are
I
the
bought
rigger.
the game.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
So we won't know. Only when he's blindfolded and spun around, the producer will tell us who we are.
So he must decide. He must try to figure out who is.
Who is the right one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think let the young go first, because now Jesse's gonna more or less know.
Let me go first. I'm gonna be blindfolded,
Yeah.
right? Okay, cool.
Let the young go first.
100%. But you must blindfold me twice. You know why? Because I've got 4 eyes.
Come
Wow.
on now. Come on now.
But if you take your glasses off, do you really need a blindfold?
yo.
Some shade.
Yo.
Yes, I'm gonna spin you.
So
Go around in circles.
isn't this confusing?
Stay with him, huh? You must
Where's the
direct-
ball?
You can't. I can't give you the ball. They must direct you to it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
Jan.
if I do this to you, you are
The guy that bought the
the
game.
rigger. If I do this to you, you are the coach.
Okay.
So,
Cool. Don't
let's
show
go.
the audience now.
No, I won't. Okay.
Lady,
Well,
don't show
come
them.
again.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Right, and you can start.
Okay, so the ball is on your. Yes, but to your left. But to your left.
To your right, go down, go down, go
Yes,
down.
That's it.
Johnny.
Okay.
To your left. To your left.
Move a bit to your right.
Left. To your
Yes,
left.
move a bit to your right. No, to your right. One more to your right, a bit more. Stick now there. Okay, pull
Come.
down a bit. Down a bit. Not so much, a bit up now. But to
the
your
left,
right,
to
but
the
to your
left,
right. But
the
to your
left, a
right.
bit more
But to your
the
right.
left, bros. Let's be honest.
But
Let's
down.
be honest, bro.
Down a bit.
Let's be honest.
Down.
Hi, bro.
Down a bit
To the
more.
left,
A bit more
Ant, to
down.
the left.
A bit more down. To your right
To
now.
the left.
To your
the
right.
left.
To your right.
Ja, we gaan
To
heen
your
nou
right.
weer.
Ant,
To the
your
left.
right. To your
To the
right. A
left.
bit more. Bit more.
Oh,
A bit more. A bit
wrong
more.
way.
A-
Wrong
no,
way.
slide.
Wrong
A bit
way.
more, a
Wrong
bit more.
way.
Time.
Wrong way.
Stigma. It's you.
Stigma.
You just must him.
Okay.
Yarr.
Wait, let me just help you with.
Is that a point?
Okay, so
Gonna be a go.
Yeah.
Jesus, what's happening now? The show's off.
Okay, then we back.
We're back.
back.
We're back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We back. We back. We back. Jay's not listening to me. Okay, Jay. Yeah. Little down. Jay.
Down.
You went too far because you're listening to
Down.
when we say
Down.
pause.
I've been
Yeah,
saying
go
down,
down,
JC.
go down.
JC, I've been saying down.
Go down.
All the way down, Jay.
Go down.
Much further down, Jay.
Go
JC.
down, go down.
Jay. Jean-Claude Van Sterren.
Go left. Go left.
But I'm saying all the way down.
And then
Go further down.
Go down.
Down, down, down,
Now to
down,
your right
down.
foot. Now to your
Further
right
down. Yes, man.
That's
Time.
Stick him,
Yo.
Jay.
Neres, man.
Thank you, Jay.
Stick it, yeah.
Obvious. You see who's directing you. Hey.
So who's the coach?
Who's the coach? Jay?
He's the coach.
Yeah.
Why were you following me?
Yo. These
Let's go one more round.
reckless players of today. Okay, one more round.
One more round.
Hi, let's play.
That's a pastor. What must I do?
Listen.
You must listen to a pastor.
Can I see if you've got this?
What if God calls me?
Hey, man.
How's that? Can you see?
Yeah, you can bring him down. I can see it.
Okay.
Right. One.
2, 3. Okay. Right. And
So let me just give it to you guys.
You
Okay?
make an extra for and then you go.
Okay. Yes, and your time starts now.
Just walk straight, bro. Okay, walk straight, walk straight, walk straight.
Feel it, feel it, feel it.
Here we go,
But
but
then,
there we
yeah,
go.
go
Go
down,
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 up,
down,
down,
to your
to
left,
your
to your left,
to your left,
to
to
your
your
left,
left, up,
to
to
your
your
left.
left, up.
Ah,
You
you have
have
it,
it,
you
you
have
have
it.
it.
Go up, go
Go
up.
up. Go down. Bro, we played football together, so please. You are right. No.
Assembly.
Go
Go up,
up,
go up.
Assembly.
Assembly.
You are right.
No, go up, bro.
Okay, just stop there.
Go up, bro. No, don't, bro. Please.
One block up.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Another
Don't
one
stop.
up.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Okay, you are now. Okay. Just
Go up,
come
go
left,
up, go
just
up,
come left,
go up, go
come
up,
left,
go up, go up.
Come left.
Further
Up
up,
now.
bro.
Up,
Up now. Go up.
up, go
Up,
up.
up, 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 up.
Now go to your right.
To your left, please, bro. Whoa, just to your left. I beg you. Now go but up, bro, please. We play for a bit to your left, bro. Stick, a bit to your right, bro. A bit to your right.
No,
Stick him,
left.
stick him, stick him, stick him, stick him. Bro, we played football together, please. Please, please, please.
Okay, so Jesse was the coach, who was the leader?
Jean-Claude was the coach. The aunt.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Sorry that we were out there for the moment. Just a little technical problems there, but we're back. I want to take Jessie. I want to
Jeffrey. What's next?
All the names.
I want to take Jesse to his next journey. Came back from Brazil, right? That was an academy, so it prepared you, right?
Yes.
Then you went to an academy in the UK.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, the academy was Elite Football Academy in the UK.
Yes.
It was maybe about a 2-hour train ride out of London.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was there. It was a very nice academy, I'll say. Met a lot of people from all over the world. This is now the first time we actually get to meet people from everywhere.
Right.
Guatemala, Australia, Spain, all Colombia,
Okay.
everywhere. And then I'll say this was much more easier than the Brazil challenge.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because now I can actually speak English to the people.
There's no language
There's
barrier.
no language barrier. So
Right.
already that's one thing that's eliminated now,
Right.
the language barrier.
Right.
The type of football in England, the English players know nothing to you guys, but they don't have as much flair as what the Brazilians have. So the
Yes.
skill and
Yeah.
all that stuff,
Yeah.
they more tactical. I mean, like direct, straight to
Yes.
the point.
Yeah.
Go to the wing, cross the ball, header in. That was
Yes.
more their type of football.
But
yeah.
they physical.
They physical.
And they speed and all that.
Yes, that's where the other thing now came in. That's where the
Yes.
challenge came in with the physicality.
Right.
But yeah, so came there. Started off in the B team. When I got there, started off in the B team. But our B team was that good that we beat the A team every time we versed the A team.
Right.
So that time the coach I had was Coach Andy. He used to be a goalkeeper for Leicester City.
Okay.
So he was a goalkeeper at Leicester City, and Andy, he loved me.
Right.
And I've showed them some videos where you just hear Andy, Jesse, great ball, mate. I love it. So yeah, so from all the video clips, everything that I've listened and watched, he
Right.
always has something good to say about me.
Awesome.
So I'll never forget, there was one game that we played where the boys were off it.
Right.
They were off it. And that game, I took it upon myself to say, okay, look here, let's try and make things happen. And he's the one that put me at centre mid. So that's when
Okay,
I
so
first started playing
centre mid.
Centre mid.
So you were. What did you prefer before all this now for football? You prefer to be a winger or what?
I was a winger all the
You
time.
was a winger.
I was a
Okay, you
winger
were a
all the
winger.
time.
Okay.
Then when I went now to Brazil, they put me
Right back.
But it
Okay.
was more of a wing back.
Okay. Okay.
Because they don't really play with wingers.
Right.
They play with everyone in the middle, and then your wing backs will
My
Run up.
4-3-3.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
overlapping and all that.
Okay.
So that's the first time I also learned how to play that. That was in Brazil. Then when I came to England, changed now whole structure again.
Yeah.
Now you're going to play
Centre mid.
center attacking mid, yeah. Because they didn't really want me on the defensive side that much.
Okay.
So center attacking mid, I was a cam. And then that's when I learned also quite a lot in that position. Because I didn't know in that position you have to check your shoulders that much. You need to know your surrounding every time. Because when I play on the wing, there's nothing happening on this side.
Yeah.
I just
You
I
have a
see
big
everything.
view of
I have
yeah.
a big view of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the mid, everything's in front of you and
And
behind
behind
you now.
you.
Everything's
Yes.
happening in front and behind.
Lots of responsibility.
Lots of responsibility. So the way he explained to me, what I'll never forget, it stayed in my head forever, and that's what I always tell players when I meet them now. He said it's like watching TV. If you turn your head and you look back at the TV, the image changed. There's something different now that's happening on the screen.
Yes.
So he said it's exactly the same on the football field. If I'm looking here and I look again here and I look again in front of
It
me,
changed
it
now.
changed already. Players
Yeah.
moved all over the place.
Yeah.
So now you have to try and get now back into your position to see, okay, where do I go now? What do I do now? Even checking your shoulders, check your left, right the whole time. Make
Right.
sure you're checking your shoulders because the image keeps changing.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you understand the image every single time.
Wow.
And that's when you get the best out of a player. And that's what I started doing. And that's when I started actually improving a lot in that position. And from then, I've always just preferred playing in the mid.
So you loved this academy.
Yes.
Right. So tell me about all the opportunities you get being at such academy.
Okay, so you get to verse a lot of the big teams,
Okay.
like Cambridge United. What's this team? We got to
Preston.
meet what's his name that used to play for Manchester United, the coloured one. I think he was a winger or so.
Goodness.
No, he's from the UK, but what?
Oh, from the UK.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
from the UK, but we got to meet his father. His father actually owns an academy in the UK.
Okay.
So what his father does is he takes players that's out of contract and he
Mhm.
brings them to his academy and he made a team out of it, and then he starts sending them out now to teams again.
Wow.
So we got to meet him.
Paul Ince.
No,
No, not him. Okay.
But,
Okay.
but yeah, so we got to play against Luton Town, MK Dons,
Yes.
Tottenham. We versed Tottenham as well. Yeah, so we got to now actually go to these big teams and see how they do things as well in
Right.
these big teams. And then finally got a break where I got an opportunity to go for a trial at Southend United.
Yeah, that's a
That-
huge team.
Yes, that's a League One team in
League-
the
Okay.
So if you understand, it's your
Yeah, just
English
give us
Premier
that.
League.
Yes.
It's your English Premier League. That's your Manchester United,
Yes.
and then it's your championship.
Yes.
And then after your championship, you have your League One.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
had the opportunity to go for a trial at the League One team,
So it's Southend.
Southend United.
Right.
Yes. They just came up that season.
Wow.
They just won League Two that season, and
Mhm.
they came up to League One. So that's when I came to the team. And then I was in the UK for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
2 years I was in the UK. So went to Southend United. That's when I saw professionalism on a whole new level. On a whole new
Eat,
level.
drink, sleep, football.
Everything. Everything. Now you're coming into Southend United. Firstly, when you walk into the parking, all you see is Mercedes Benz R8.
Come on.
This is League One now.
This is League One.
That's equivalent if you would in structural terms. That's now your ABC Mutsepili.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's it. And they driving these type of cars now.
Right.
Your Mercedes, and I'm sitting there because we were there an hour before everything, because all the players arrived 30 minutes before training,
Right.
and then we were there an hour before the training. So we were sitting in the car park the whole time, just watching, and it's like inspires you just to see these gents pull up with their nice cars, jump out with their Louis Vuitton bags,
Hey,
you
man.
know, under
now.
there,
Hey,
all that.
Kiki.
It's like, yeah, nah.
And there's no Chinatown there.
No Chinatown.
So-
It's all
Wamri.
original.
Wamri.
Wamri. The proper things. So it was inspiring to see that, because we all want that type of life as well.
Yeah.
You're comfortable basically and doing what you love.
Mhm.
So they get out, go into the change room. Got to share a change room with first team players from Southend United.
Yes.
Got to rub shoulders with big players as well. There's a player that I started becoming friends with that was there, Rennie.
Okay.
He's originally from Africa, but grew up in the UK.
Okay.
Got into Southend. If you go to Southend United, you'll see he's like the star boy now.
Okay.
And I met him when he was about 16.
Wow.
So he's their star boy now. And when I was there, Arsenal actually wanted to sign him.
Sure.
They were just working on contract deals, but clearly it fell through and they wanted to keep him because he's
Yes.
still there. So yeah, got to see how the structure works, got to actually get involved into the FA Youth League now. I wasn't signed with the team, but got to see how the gents play there now as well with the FA Youth League. And yeah, it was amazing. What stood out for me is the fact that all the players are there on time. They're early there.
There's discipline.
It's discipline.
Mhm.
You get there, then you have your breakfast there. They have their breakfast. They have like a cafeteria where you can go sit and
Right.
get your breakfast and eat and just speak to each other and chill. Then afterwards, you go into a briefing room. So you come into the briefing room, and then there's a projector on. The coach walks in. The respect that they have for the coaches as well is like on a whole new level.
Wow.
Coach walks in, everyone has to stand up, greet the coach, like that. Then the coach literally explains with a slideshow what is happening in the training today. So he'll explain. He literally even say this box is this centimeters by this centimeters. I need 3 players here. I need 2 players there, like that. So
What's the pressure like, bro?
it's heavy pressure.
But also, I think just with all that explanation before you get on the field of play, you understand it better.
That's the
So when
reason.
when you get onto the field, you know exactly what is expected.
100%.
Okay.
So you're not wasting time when you get onto the field.
Yes.
That's the old way they look at it, because everything when you're in a professional club is time.
Yes.
Literally every single thing. That's the one thing I learned. It's time. So when you come in from the room, they're already checking their watches. Okay, briefing time is this time to this time.
Yeah.
From this time, you have at this time 10 minutes to put your boots on, everything, get onto the field.
And everything's
literally like that. And I was there pre-season, so it was a lot of hard work.
Yes, and
training
preparation
and
also.
Preparation, because they were playing FA youth.
Wow. So just to fast forward, we can speak about this all day.
Yeah.
We don't have time. So what would you say? What gravitated you toward the international scene rather than the local scene?
When I came back from Brazil, Uncle Dion van der Westhuizen took me to Kaiser Chiefs, to the academy, to go train with the boys.
Yeah.
I got there to the academy. I trained 1 day with them. I'm not going to make myself sound better and everything, but I came from Brazil now. I already saw that I was a step above all the boys.
Right.
Because I started getting frustrated in that training session.
Right.
And the one thing is, I wasn't a very vocal person. Brazil helped me a lot with that, because the coach would always tell me,
you must talk.
You need to talk.
Yeah.
You have to talk on the field. Even if they don't understand, just scream at them. Let them know that you're there.
Yes.
Make them aware. And when I went to Kaiser Chiefs, the coach actually said I should come back again the following day, because there was like 3 or 4 boys that was there. There wasn't a trials. It was just a favor that they was doing.
Yeah.
He said I need to come back, but within myself, I felt like I don't want to be in this. It's going to kill me.
Okay.
I don't want to step down to that level again where I'm struggling. I don't understand how these players work. They come late. The one thing that put me off was the way the coach was talking to the players. And when I was in Brazil, the coach would never swear the players. I'm not saying that in EPL they don't swear the players and stuff, but the coach has so much respect for his players. Whereas when I was there, the coach is saying, "What are you doing, man? That is rubbish. Stop doing that nonsense, man." Like that. And it's like, but this isn't how you speak to your players. How do you get the best out of your players if you're speaking like this to a player? And that just irritated me that much, where I even said, I refuse to go back here. And that's when I now started looking for other teams, and that's what made me decide to go to England. To go to England now.
Okay.
Just because also the structure, the timing here. I'm so used to now the Brazil life and how they do things, the professionalism. I've been experienced to all of this stuff now, open to it. Now to come here and see, but the coach is talking like this, training is going this much over time. Not that it's a problem, but everything started time. Late. Everything started late. It's just your dear mekaar.
And so and the methods of training obviously would differ.
Yes.
Okay. So the methods of training would differ.
Yeah,
and you used to
the field.
When you come, you do your laps.
Okay. So that put you off.
Yes, that put me off. And so when I looked at the team, I could literally just see that these aren't boys that understand. I don't have anything against them. But like I said in the start, I like brains when it comes to football. And if you know me and you've played with me, you know that football for me is 90% brain. If you can just use your brain when you're playing and do the simple things, everything will work out well.
Yeah.
And when I was in that small session with the boys, it's like they want to show I can skill, I can do this, I can take on this. And it's just not my type of football. I like passing the ball, movement, and that. And that's what for me, I struggle in South Africa. So I struggle a lot because I did try to play with other teams when I came back from the UK. And I'm the type of player, I don't have the skill to take on players and go through players. I have to have other people around me that can work as well to
Yes.
to make me look good.
'Cause it's a team
Basically,
sport.
Because it's a team
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
Where I can pass, look for the gaps, make through balls and stuff like that. And that was one thing that I struggled with when I was here. I never really had that around me where the players would move. I'd see something and I'm like, yeah. But I wouldn't do it. And it just frustrated me to a point where I'm like, you know what, it's fine.
And look, if you're talking about flair and skill,
We have it.
Brazil, you know what I'm saying? Brazil is flair and
Brazil
skill,
is flair and
but
skill.
they also play with
their
this.
brain.
It's football intelligence and so forth. We do have the skill, that's beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I think a person can't put the blame solely on players.
Yes.
It's the structures and the
Yeah.
coaching
100%.
and how they approach the game. You know what I'm saying? That needs to change big time. You see, we're having problems in our senior national squad. We've got another foreigner coming in now, a 69-year-old. Give him a 5-year contract. He'll be 74 when he finishes the contract.
But in his
Thanks,
thing,
bro.
he even said, "I'm not looking for a retirement check."
Yeah,
When he took on the team, I'm
Yeah.
like, so you know you old.
you know.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Football is evolving so much. And you have Benny McCarthy coming in with all the skills, the highest qualified coach in the country, one of the youngest. So he comes in, he takes a team that's bottom of the table, brings them up there at number 2 now, Amazulu. You know what I'm saying? Just shows you the progress, the new philosophy, how you approach the game, and so. And I think that's what's lacking.
lacking.
I hear the Amakosi wants to. There's rumors of them bringing back Coach Stuart Baxter, and so forth. It just shows you we fall onto things that we know.
Yes.
We're not open for new and
grow.
fresh and grow. You know what I'm saying? So we'll keep on moving backward. When we can move forward, yes, there will be mistakes,
Yes.
but new approach. Just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Jess, for your we're rounding up now.
Okay.
Any regrets? Because this is a real show. It's a live show. Any regrets that you have?
Where I'm in life now, I'm very happy.
Right.
So I always say I live with no regrets.
Right.
But the one regret that I do have in my footballing
Yes.
is when I never spoke up when I was at South End United, because
Yeah,
they
we
wanted
were
to
speaking about that.
sign
Yeah.
me,
Right.
but they weren't willing to work on my body, and I just
Okay.
accepted it.
Right.
Because the coach was so happy with what he saw and with what I was doing. He even said, "I would never ever say that you were outsider in my team. You look like you're part of this team." And he says the only thing is your body, because I think I was maybe like 20 at the age. I mean, 20 at the time.
yeah.
20 at the time. And he brought in a 16-year-old by the name of Sunny. I'll never forget how he looks also. He brought in a 16-year-old name of Sunny, and he was huge. He said,
Right.
"Look at Sunny, look at you. We're not willing to work on the body still." And I just kept quiet and I accepted it. I didn't speak up.
You
I said,
could
"Give
have
me time.
Yeah,
I
you
can
could have
work
said
on it."
you could have said pushed it a bit and
Yes.
said, "Listen, just give me this X amount of
Yes.
time." Then you make your decision after that. You know, that type of
Yes.
thing. So that teaches our boys out there and our ladies, push and push your agenda forward. We
Yes.
know what the coach is thinking and say, "Coach, give me time to prove you wrong. I'll work on my body. I'll do this." And you know what I'm saying? So that is a regret. And look, that's why we have the show.
Yes.
To speak about the regrets, to speak about the positives, and how you should approach your footballing career
Yes.
or your sporting career for that matter, because we're speaking about sport and so forth. So Jess, you would say speak up,
I'll say speak
Yeah.
up.
become vocal.
Yes.
Tell the coach, I've got this.
I don't do it in a disrespectful way now.
Yes, but
Yeah.
in a rational way.
rational way,
Yes,
yes.
in a rational way, so that we can communicate. Push your agenda, because remember, you have to dream for yourself.
That's it.
Yeah.
You have to dream for yourself.
Facts.
So any advice out there to the boys that's in current structures and so forth, what would you say to them?
I would say
And girls.
to the girls and boys that's in current structures, don't go with your friends that are now, they want to seem better than everyone else and all that stuff in terms of on the field. Do what you feel is best for you, because
Yeah.
there was lots of times when I also went with other boys and they disrespect the coach, and I'm on their side and
Yes.
stuff like that. And that's when, at the end of the day, the coach has the main say.
Yeah.
So if you go on their side, you're not going to be playing games.
Yeah.
So just respect your coach. it looks like you're a teacher's pet. But you're not a teacher's pet. You're doing what's best for you.
Yeah.
You're working hard. You're putting in time. You're putting in effort. You do whatever the coach says you need to do. You show up on time. You do just show that you're interested. You want to be at the club and you want to make this a success of your life. So I'll say that's the main thing. Show up, be on time, do whatever the coach says you have to do, even if it's out of your comfort zone. Just do it. He knows what's best. And yeah, just keep working hard, keep pushing, and don't ever give up. Don't give up.
100%. Jay, do you have any comments there?
Yeah, so some of the questions I think we have answered already, but just a shout out to Adele. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lorraine as well. Daniel Dupree, birthday blessings. I think we did answer that. He asked, do you have any regrets or mistakes you made in your football journey? We did answer that. And then Lorraine said, Jesse, at what point did you decide to hang up your boots professionally and venture elsewhere? And how did you feel when you made
that decision?
When you made that decision.
So you moving over to a coaching thing now?
Yeah. I'm moving over to a coaching thing. I want to take what I learned overseas and try and bring that structure to the boys.
I mean, I must just say there's like a company they're running, J&J, himself and Jose Garcia. So they're running that, and everybody that has come out of that, I've got testimonies. They say, your training is so different. When we done with a training session, we feel like we worked, and it betters us individually. So if you want to contact Jesse, you can do that on any social media platform. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. Are you on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter, but
He's
I
on
don't
Twitter.
use Twitter. But I'm on it.
So they can just search Jesse Hendricks.
Jesse Hendricks, or Jessie Hendricks.
Or Jessie Hendricks. You can just search that and get in touch with him. They love doing one-on-one sessions with the boys, especially the young boys growing up, and then also your professional guys and so forth. But Jess, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming through and talking to us on this side of the camera, man. It was awesome. We can talk about this the whole day. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate your comments and also your questions. And thank you for subscribing onto this channel. We're going to do some interesting things going forward, all about sport, music, the whole 9 yards, Jay. Thanks. And we want to say have a blessed Friday. And we're going to enjoy ourselves with this beautiful weather in Gauteng, Johannesburg. You keep the peace and God bless you.